Now, your downswing will always be terrible until you learn to do this properly, and that is squatting. Because what we see so many golfers do that absolutely destroys their downswing is they actually try to squat. So when we watch Rory McIlroy, for example, start that downswing, we'll see that lowering down he has. But he's not actually just trying to squat. He's moving his lead side properly. Because if I just try to lower myself down to the ground, try to replicate that without really knowing what I'm doing, I'm going to hit these horrible fat shots. I would actually start to have to early extend to actually hit a good shot, because if I just lower my pelvis down, I'm lowering my whole swing arc down lower into the ground. So the only way for me to hit a good golf shot from there is if I have this weird kind of sumo looking jump going through the golf ball. Absolutely, as you can see, it's gone further, but it's still gone very, very weak. So many golfers are sending in videos to me on Skillist saying that they're trying to squat more in the downswing, and it all looks terrible. So that's where, when we're squatting the downswing, like we see the best players in the world, they're actually doing something which massively helps you. And that is, they are squatting via their left side. So their left hip here going back in transition. So we hear like Tommy Fleetwood talking about this. Justin Rose talks a ton about it as well. Left hip going back, because what that does, that moves you into that lowered type of squatting position. It gets you into flexion. So left hip goes back, chest goes down, that gets us lowered. But if we continue to get that left hip pushing back and back and back, we're then going to get ourselves moving through the golf ball without the swing arc lowered too much, because the squat is just a very slight lowering down. It's not a big movement down, but we're going to clear those hips better and turn through the ball. So I'm going to show you a really good drill to do this. So we need the left hip to go back and around. We're squatting into that left side. Technically, pressure goes left, but then left hip goes back, clears your pelvis, rotates you, and moves you through the golf ball really, really well. So there's one there, and as you can see immediately, distance has jumped straight up, and accuracy, I've hit the green, which is great. So one more before we get into that drill. Left hip going straight back. That's how we squat properly. None of this just lowering down. That is not what they're doing. And again, it's not a big movement. The squat is not a big, massive movement. It's just you going into flexion from left hip sinking back. Look at that. I mean, that's dead straight. Perfect. So let me show you a drill on how to do this properly. So before we dive into the drill, quick mention of the channel sponsor, which is GX Gloves. So if you're like me, tired of spending loads of money on gloves, which you're generally just spending the money for the brand itself, get yourself some GX gloves. So absolutely top quality. Again, exactly the same quality as all the leading brands, 100% Cabretta leather, which is exactly what you want for a good quality grip. And again, you don't need to be spending loads of money to get yourself a decent glove. So again, that's why so many people are switching over to GX glove, like you're seeing here on YouTube, like you see with quite a lot of pros as well. So again, good thing is, now is Black Friday. So with Black Friday, there is a link in the description. Go to GX Gloves, pick yourself up a load of gloves. There's loads of awesome other little bits there for you to have a look at as well. So go straight to it, get yourself some new gloves. So the absolute best drill to learn how to do this, to squat properly, is with a stool. So a stool, a chair, a golf bag, what have you. So what we do with the stool, we put it just behind our left hip. So roughly around half a grip's distance or so behind. We don't have it touching, we have it just behind. It's a little adaptation I've made to this drill, which makes a big, big difference. So all we're doing here, we've got this gap. As soon as now we start that downswing, we want the left hip to go back and hit that stool or chair. So, or golf bag, whatever you got, could even be a big box. For example, I've had some of my students use their waste disposal bins, you know, absolutely brilliant. So that's where if we get that lead hip going back, we're going to be moving into flexion, actually lowering you down. You're going to be loading into that left side. One good thing as well, another good thing about this, if you're leaving your arms at the top whilst you get that left hip sinking back, look what happens to the shaft, shallows out. So that's where you could have a really good downswing by just mastering this move. So get yourself going back to where you're actually trying your best to hit that, and that's going to get you in this movement really, really nicely. Brilliant. Hit it a little bit off the toe there. I was trying to push myself so much back, but that's kind of the point of this drill. So this drill, while we've got that big gap there between us and the ball, or us and the stool, sorry, is because we ultimately want to exaggerate the movement. Us just trying to do it perfectly is not going to really move the needle enough. Feel versus real. We've got to really exaggerate the movement we're trying to achieve. So this will get you really moving the hips back if you touch it to the point where it might pull you a little bit away, but when you take the stool away, you're going to be absolutely right in the middle of that sweet spot. So there, really tried hard, did a little pull there. So again, it's an exaggeration drill. So it's gonna, again, I would recommend doing it into a net, but once you get good at it, it's really gonna help you. So that one there, why I did that, I didn't get enough turn in the backswing. So that's one important thing to note as well. Complete your turn as you get up to top. You might be so focused on getting that left hip going back that you might forget to complete the top of the backswing like I did. So now imagine that's still there, sinking that lead hip back. It's gonna get all those good benefits, the rotation, the shallowing, the get onto the left side. Brilliant, just like that. And of course, squatting properly. So if you can do this, your downswing is no longer going to be terrible. So if you enjoyed this video, click that like button for more golf instruction just like this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video.